With me now is Naiomi Pitre. She is co-author with Henry Jones of Free the Lion Within You. And I am going to ask, how is it that you work with someone? How do you actually sit down and work on a book together?
I'm glad you asked that question. Actually, Mr. Jones and I first met when I was a banker for him. I was working at one of the most well-known banks in the country, and he was one of my best business customers. The reason why I find that it was so wonderful to work with him, even as his banker, was because there were so many things that he would tell me and teach me, even in just coming and doing common transactions in the bank. We would sit down and he would tell me different things, and I'd find myself writing notes and saying, "Oh my gosh, that's wonderful!" That just these little nuggets of knowledge that he would give me. And in meeting him that way, we discussed some things, and he would tell me that, life is bigger than sitting behind this desk. And in a matter of months, I actually began to start working with him, and I left the bank. I like to say that he rescued me from the bank. And I began to work with him, and Mr. Jones owns over 50, 60 companies in Louisiana. And so therefore, like I said, there's so many things that he does that are uncommon to so many people. And one of the quotes that he told me the first time we met was that, what is uncommon to most is common to me. And so I found that very interesting, and in working with him, we began to develop a company called Mindscape International. And Mindscape International, basically what we do is we develop systems that are based on the principles behind life and business and finance, and we show people how they can take control and change their own lives. And in doing that, I'm his executive assistant and his creative director, and that's how we developed the idea for the book. And I took a lot of the principles and the concepts that we teach at Mindscape International, and we compiled it together to develop Free the Lion Within You. And it's learn how to be a creator and not just part of the creation. And so.
Now, and obviously you created the book. I understand you also worked on the design. It wasn't just writing it, but you chose the illustrations that go with it and so on as well.
Right. It's actually published through our publishing company, Mindscape International Books. And so it's fully self-published. We developed the idea for the cover, the design for inside the book, the pictures, everything, and I'm very proud of the design because it's an easy read, and it gets the point across that we're trying to, it's able to transcend different audiences, and therefore anybody can pick up the book and learn so many of all of the valuable knowledge that we're trying to get across. So.
Now, did you, when you were working on it with Mr. Jones, did you sit down and say, okay, we have to have a chapter on this and we have to have a chapter on that, or did you write it out and then say it falls into these categories?
Actually, through our classes, our Mindscape University classes, we teach on different subjects. We would teach on different subjects each week, and so there would be lessons and things like that. And so I took a lot of that information, and there were just key principles and key concepts and fundamental bits of knowledge that I knew needed to be out there right away. And so that's what I did, was piece all of those together. And as well as being his executive assistant, I'm with him a majority of the time, and so he's a natural teacher. And so every time you're with him, he's talking and he's teaching, and so I would use my recorder and record those things, and then I add those things to the book, and so that's how we collaborated together.
Well, it sounds like it was a real fun learning experience for both of you, putting the book together.
Definitely.
So,
Definitely.
Well, I want to thank you very much for being with us, and shortly we'll have Mr. Jones on to expand on that a little bit, but thank you very much, Naiomi.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Naiomi Pitre has been here talking about Free the Lion, and shortly we'll have Henry Jones himself to talk about it.